Welcome back to the channel, tennis fans and sport enthusiasts from all around the globe. Today, we have a story that has absolutely set the tennis world on fire. A headline that sounds almost like a fantasy booking, but has spectacularly become reality on the pristine grass courts of Germany. If you've been anywhere near social media, sports networks, or tennis forums over the last 24 hours, you already know the earth-shattering news that is dominating every single conversation. We are witnessing a generational crossover of epic proportions. The words surprising, astonishing, and historic are being thrown around, and frankly, even those powerful adjectives do not quite capture the magnitude of what we just saw. We are talking about the latest groundbreaking update concerning the pride of Philippine tennis. 21-year-old sensation Alexandra Eala, an absolute royalty, the undeniable icon, 46-year-old, 7-time Grand Slam singles champion, Venus Williams. Yes, you heard me correctly. The rising star from Southeast Asia and the American legend, teaming up, sharing the same side of the net, and absolutely dominating. This is not a rumor. This is not an exhibition match. This is a 2026 WTA Bad Homburg Open, a crucial lead-up tournament to Wimbledon, and this newly minted, unexpected dream team has just surged right into the doubles quarterfinals. The internet is buzzing, the fans in Germany are ecstatic, and the entire nation of the Philippines is celebrating yet another monumental milestone in the career of their young hero. When the draws were announced, many had to do a double take. Venus Williams, a player who redefined the modern game, whose legacy spans 4 different decades, partnering with Alex Eala, a young woman who was not even born when Venus won her first Grand Slam titles. It is a pairing that speaks volumes about the enduring love Venus has for the sport and the massive respect the tennis establishment has for the undeniable talent of Alex Eala. Just hours ago, under the lights on Wednesday night, June 24th, this unprecedented duo stepped onto court to face the formidable Australian-American tandem of Catherine Harrison and Alexandra Osborne in the round of 16. The anticipation was palpable. How would their games mesh? How would they communicate? Would the generational gap be a hindrance? Or would it be the ultimate combination of youthful exuberance and unparalleled veteran wisdom? The answer was delivered in a swift, clinical, and breathtaking fashion. In a mere 1 hour and 10 minutes, Eala and Williams dispatched their opponents in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4, punching their ticket to quarterfinals and proving that this partnership is not merely a novelty act, but a legitimate competitive force on the grass courts. This intro hook alone brings up so many fascinating questions. Why did this happen? What does this mean for the trajectory of Alex Eala's already skyrocketing career? How on earth is Venus Williams still competing at such an incredibly high level against players less than half her age? Today, we are going completely in-depth. We're going to break down the match, analyze the tactical synergy between the left-handed baseline prowess of Eala and the towering, aggressive net game of Williams. We will dive deep into the historical context of this pairing, exploring what it means for the sport of tennis globally, and specifically, what it means for the millions of fans watching back in Manila and across the world. So, get comfortable, grab a drink, and prepare for a comprehensive deep dive into the story that proves, once again, why tennis is the most beautifully unpredictable sport on the planet. Let us transition directly into the heart of the matter and unpack exactly what unfolded in Bad Homburg. The WTA 500 event in Germany has always been a premier destination for players looking to fine-tune their grass court games ahead of the grueling fortnight at Wimbledon. Grass is a notoriously tricky surface. It requires precise footwork, aggressive striking, and an ability to handle low, skidding bounces. When word broke that Alex Eala would be partnering with Venus Williams, the strategic brilliance of the move became immediately apparent. For Eala, who's been having a sensational 2026 season, including a spectacular run at the Berlin Open where she stunned the likes of Elena Rybakina and Alina Svitolina, partnering with a 5-time Wimbledon singles champion and a 14-time Grand Slam doubles champion, is equivalent to attending a masterclass in grass court tennis. The match itself against Osborne and Harrison was a showcase of pure synergy. Let us break down the first set. Eala and Williams came out of the gates absolutely firing. There were no signs of miscommunication, no awkward overlaps. Instead, they quickly established a commanding 4-love lead. Venus, displaying that trademark wingspan and intimidating presence at the net, was putting away volleys with the same ferocity she possessed in the early 2000s. Her serve, while perhaps lacking the raw velocity of her mid-20s, remains a marvel of placement and heavy slice, completely neutralizing the returners on the slick grass. Eala, on the other hand, played the role of the steadfast anchor at the baseline. Her lethal left-handed forehand generated sharp angles that open up the court, allowing Venus to poach effortlessly. Osborne and Harrison are seasoned professionals, and they did not go down without a fight. Facing a massive deficit, they mounted a spirited comeback, pushing back to close the gap to 4-2. In doubles, momentum can shift in the blink of an eye, especially on grass where a single break of serve can decide a set. But this is where the dynamic of the Eala-Williams partnership truly shined. Eala, displaying maturity well beyond her 21 years, held her nerve, while Venus provided a calming, authoritative presence. They stabilized their service games, relying on Eala's heavy topspin to push their opponents deep, setting up Venus for the kill. They closed out the opening set 6-3 with a dominant display of first-strike tennis. The second set presented a much stiffer challenge. The Australian-American duo adjusted their tactics, targeting Eala more aggressively and trying to keep the ball away from Venus at the net. The set progressed tightly, remaining on serve until a crucial juncture where Osborne and Harrison managed to force a breakpoint, tying the set at 4-all. The tension in the stadium was immense. This was the exact moment where a newly formed team could fracture under pressure. Instead, Eala and Williams elevated their game to another stratosphere. The final 2 games were an absolute clinic. Eala hit a series of scorching passing shots, while Venus dominated the airspace. They broke right back and held serve to seal the victory at 6-4. The crowd erupted as Venus executed her iconic, celebratory twirl on the court, a joyous reminder of her enduring love for the game, while Eala beamed alongside her, a picture of immense pride and accomplishment. To fully understand the gravity of this moment, we have to pull back the lens and look at the individual narratives of these 2 extraordinary athletes. Let's start with Venus Williams. It is almost impossible to overstate her impact on the sport of tennis and global sports culture. Turning professional in 1994, Venus has been a staple of the WTA Tour for over 3 decades. Let that sink in. 3 decades. She has won 7 Grand Slam singles titles, including 5 Wimbledon crowns, and alongside her sister Serena, she has captured 14 Grand Slam doubles titles, going completely undefeated in major doubles finals. She is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. At 46 years old, most athletes have been retired for a decade, but Venus is not most athletes. Her dedication to fitness, her evolution in diet and recovery, and her sheer, unadulterated passion for competition have allowed her to continue playing. But why play doubles at Bad Homburg? For Venus, every match on grass is a return home. It is a surface where her aggressive, first-strike tennis is most rewarded. Furthermore, partnering with a young talent like Alex Eala is a strategic move. Tennis legend Chanda Rubin recently pointed out that this is a brilliant pairing from every angle. Venus brings a tactical genius and a legendary aura, while Eala brings youthful energy, relentless court coverage, and a modern baseline game. It is a mutually beneficial alliance. Venus gets a partner who can cover immense ground, and Eala gets a mentor who has literally seen and done it all. Now, let's turn our attention to Alexandra Eala. The rise of this young Filipina has been nothing short of meteoric, and it is a storyline that is captivating millions. Born in 2005, Eala honed her craft at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, absorbing the work ethic and tactical acumen of the clay court king. She made history in 2022 by becoming the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam singles title at the U.S. Open. But transitioning from junior success to the grueling reality of the senior WTA Tour is notoriously difficult. Many prodigious talents stumbled during this phase. Eala, however, has navigated with incredible poise. Entering the 2026 season, Eala has firmly established herself as a force to be reckoned with. She is currently ranked world number 30, an astonishing feat for a player from a country without a deep historical infrastructure for global tennis champions. Her recent performances have been spectacular. Just look at the Berlin Open earlier this month. Eala pulled off massive upsets, sending shockwaves through the draw by defeating world-class heavyweights like Elena Rybakina and Alina Svitolina, proving that her powerful, left-handed game translates beautifully to the grass courts. She reached the semifinals in Berlin, displaying a level of mental fortitude that caught the attention of the entire locker room. It is within this context that the partnership with Venus Williams makes so much sense. Eala is no longer just a promising junior. She is an established threat. For Venus to choose to share the court with her is the ultimate endorsement of Eala's current level and future potential. When Eala steps onto court with Venus, she is not just playing a match. She is absorbing decades of championship experience. Imagine the conversations during changeovers. Imagine the tactical advice Venus is imparting about how to read a server on grass, how to position oneself at the net, how to manage the emotional ebbs and flows of a tight match. For Eala, this experience is invaluable. It is the kind of education you cannot buy and will undoubtedly pay dividends not just for the rest of this grass court season, but for the entirety of her career. Let us also discuss the cultural and commercial impact of this pairing. Tennis is a global business, and this duo is an absolute promoter's dream. You have Venus Williams, a global icon, a fashion mogul, and a household name who moves a needle in the lucrative North American and European markets. On the other side, you have Alexandra Eala, who carries the hopes of the Philippines, a nation with over 100 million incredibly passionate sports fans. Eala's popularity in Asia is soaring. When she plays, entire communities tune in. By pairing together, Eala and Williams are creating a massive global footprint. They are selling tickets, driving television ratings, and generating massive engagement on social media. They represent the past, the present, and the future of women's tennis, all operating simultaneously on the same side of the net. Looking ahead, the path does not get any easier. By advancing to quarterfinals, Eala and Williams have set up a clash with the tournament's number 2 seeds, the highly formidable duo of Slovakia's Teresa Milikova and Great Britain's Olivia Nichols. Milikova and Nichols are both currently ranked inside the top 30 in the world in doubles. They are doubles specialists. They understand the intricate geometry of the doubles court. They move in perfect synchronization, and they are coming off a very comfortable 6-2, 6-3 victory over the Chinese duo of Zhang and Su. This quarterfinal matchup will be the ultimate acid test for the Eala-Williams experiment. Milikova and Nichols will not be starstruck. They will come in with a concrete game plan, likely trying to exploit the relative lack of time Eala and Williams have spent together as a team. They will try to find the seams in their positioning, test Eala's volleying under pressure, and try to keep the ball low at Venus's feet to neutralize her reach. To counter this, Eala and Williams will need to elevate their serving percentages and maintain the aggressive mindset they showed in the first round. Eala's left-handed serve out wide to the ad court will be a critical weapon, potentially pulling the returner off the court and setting up Venus for an easy put-away volley. Furthermore, their return game will need to be sharp. If Eala can use her powerful ground strokes to dip the ball at the feet of the incoming server, it will force pop-up volleys that Venus can attack. It is going to be a fascinating tactical battle, a clash of a newly formed powerhouse team relying on raw talent and aura against a highly polished, established doubles pair relying on chemistry and systemic execution. Beyond the immediate tactical implications of the Bad Homburg Open, this partnership inevitably leads to speculation about the grandest stage of them all, Wimbledon. With the championships at the All-England Club looming just around the corner, one has to wonder if this pairing is a one-off experiment, or if they are building chemistry for a potential wildcard entry into the Wimbledon ladies' doubles draw. Imagine the scenes at SW19. Venus Williams, returned to the lawns where she has hoisted the Venus Rosewater dish 5 times, walking out onto center court or court number 1 with Alexandra Eala by her side. It would be a headline-grabbing story for the entire fortnight. For Venus, partnering with a highly ranked, energetic player like Eala would give her a legitimate chance to make a deep run in a Grand Slam, minimizing the physical toll of covering the entire court by herself. For Eala, a deep run at Wimbledon alongside Venus Williams would catapult her into global superstardom. It would provide her with invaluable experience on the sport's most hallowed grounds, accelerating her development into a perennial Grand Slam contender in singles. This narrative is exactly what makes tennis so compelling. It is a sport of generations constantly colliding and overlapping. We saw it when Martina Navratilova played well into her 40s, partnering with younger players and imparting her wisdom. We see it now with Venus. It is a beautiful passing of the torch. Alex Eala is representing a new wave of talent, a generation that grew up watching the Williams sisters redefine what was possible for women in sports. To now stand shoulder to shoulder with one of her idols, not as a fan, but as an equal partner executing a shared goal, is the realization of a lifelong dream. As we wrap up this extensive deep dive, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer historical weight of what we are witnessing. The 2026 Bad Homburg Open will forever be remembered as a tournament where two completely different eras of tennis history intersected. We have analyzed the mechanics of their victory, the brilliance of their contrasting but complementary styles, and the profound implications this has for both of their careers. Venus Williams continues to defy logic, time, and the limits of the human body, driven by an unquenchable thirst for competition. Alexandra Eala continues to break down barriers, carrying the weight of a nation with a grace and ferocity that is breathtaking to watch. The upcoming quarterfinal match against the second-seeded team of Milikova and Nichols is going to be an absolute blockbuster. It will test their physical endurance, their tactical adaptability, and their mental toughness under pressure. Regardless of the outcome of that match, the statement has already been made. They came, they played, and they conquered their opening challenge in straight sets. They have captured the imagination of the sporting world, providing a storyline that transcends the boundaries of the tennis court. I want to hear from all of you in the comments section down below. What was your reaction when you first saw the headline that Alex Eala and Venus Williams were playing doubles together? Did you expect them to win their opening match so convincingly? And most importantly, do you think they have what it takes to upset the number 2 seeds and make a run at the Bad Homburg title? Let me know your predictions, your tactical breakdowns, and your thoughts on what this means for the future of Philippine tennis. If you enjoyed this comprehensive deep dive analysis, please hit that like button. It really helps push the video out to more tennis fans. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update, because you can guarantee we will be covering their quarterfinal match, point by point, as soon as it concludes. Tennis is a sport of endless surprises, of dramatic comebacks, and of beautiful, unscripted moments. This partnership between a 21-year-old rising star and a 46-year-old living legend is exactly why we tune in week after week. It is poetry in motion. It is history in the making, and we are lucky enough to be watching it unfold right before our eyes. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, diving into the incredible story of Alex Eala and Venus Williams. Enjoy the rest of the grass court season. Keep your eyes on the court of Germany, and I will see you in the next video for more breaking news and in-depth sports analysis. Have a fantastic day.